welcome to the Y'all Ain't Right podcast. I'm Brittany. I'm here with Tyler and Todd today. So we are talking about brunch. But before we get into that, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Follow us on our social medias. And don't forget that we are all real estate agents. All of our information is in the details of all of our episodes, or you can email us at holler@yarpod.com. We would love to help you with any properties in East Tennessee. But if there's an area that we don't service, we can also vet and find you an agent anywhere in the country, any state. Contact us. We will find a good agent for you. So you have to have that signed contract before walking into a showing anymore nationwide. So be sure you find the right agent at the very beginning. So
why are we, I need warning next time we're going to talk about food. This is starting to make me mad.
She did say something about Chick-fil-A this morning, and so I stopped at Chick-fil-A on my way here, so I'm good to go.
When was this?
On my way here.
Who said something about Chick-fil-A?
In the group text.
She said something
I
about...
didn't see any group text.
I said I hope your inspector has Chick-fil-A this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, you were talking to Nick on that one, weren't you? Yeah. I saw Chick-fil-A, and I was like, we're going to talk about food. I'm stopping and getting Chick-fil-A.
Because this is going to make me hungry.
And I didn't know in advance we were talking about food. I just assumed. Because we always talk about food. We're like food podcast adjacent at this point.
One of these times
I'm
going to eat before we record.
Well, I know we've all been to the Ancient Lore Village, which I just can't get enough of that place. I tell everybody about it.
Forgot about it. I'm going to have to go back. I haven't been there since that was like a year ago.
Yeah, I guess it was last summer. That their food, they just had like finger foods when we went.
Really, Todd, with the phone?
I swear I put it on silent. I swear I did.
This is the second time.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty bad at it. I swear I did.
Oh,
this new update got me. I know it.
This guy.
But yeah, Ancient Lore Village, they've got... Honestly, they could probably serve me, I don't know, rye toast, and I would be excited about it because of that little hobbit village.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, and the way that it's set up, you can walk through there, and then they've got that little thing set up for the food and stuff, and yeah I'd probably be excited too, just about whatever they bring me.
But they had really good... We went when it was a little bit colder, so they had the plastic inside, and then they had the heaters out there, so you still got to sit outside and see everything, but it was kind of like a little buffet where you get cinnamon rolls and I don't know, eggs and bacon and all that good stuff, but it was really good.
We'll have to show some pictures of the Ancient Lore Village so that the listeners can see the little hobbit town that is in our backyard.
Yeah, and it's in such a random... I feel like the location is just so random.
Yeah, it really is.
But in Knoxville, like on your way to Seymour, and just kind of on a little back road, like you would never know that it's back there if you're not looking for it. So that's why I tell people about it all the time.
Yeah, and I would think I'll have to look at their website, the tree houses should be done.
I forgot about those.
They were building them when we were there. So
yeah, I want to go see those.
Yeah, I'm going to have to plan a trip.
Yeah, and they've got, outside of brunch, they've got like date night and all that kind of stuff where you can do archery and s'mores by the campfire and all kinds of cute stuff. They're a tidbit pricey as far as like booking a room, but you get what you pay for. That's a top-notch place.
Yeah, honestly, though, anything that is set up like that is not going to be like your Motel 6.
Right, you're probably going to go
unique
there.
sales. The themed stuff, that always does well and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's super cute. Inside.
That would be great for a wedding. Like if they had just a slightly bigger...
Somebody's into cosplay?
No. No.
All the furries running around?
That's not even...
They've got the little waterfall backdrop, but like if you had just a little bit bigger of a platform where you could put more people for a wedding, I feel like that would be perfect because you could have your whole wedding party stay the night there.
I don't think furries are cosplay, Todd. They're going to be dressed like Lord of the Rings, running around in Hobbit costumes or something. That's
Renaissance
yeah.
people.
Why don't they do the Renaissance Fair there. They do it out in like Harriman.
It's too small. They don't have
That's probably true.
Yeah.
They honestly don't have like a big event space there. That's the only thing that I feel like they really missed the mark on.
Yeah.
Down by the pond.
Yeah, but it's not really, I don't know, that just doesn't fit.
Well, I think the original site would have been better, but people were worried about the traffic.
Heck with the people.
Well, they were talking about how if you buy like a plot of land, you can hire them to put in a hobbit hole. This was a few years ago whenever I had this conversation, so the prices might have gone up. But I want to say it was like $150,000 for two, like side by side. So you could use those as like Airbnb rentals or whatever. I mean, that was like really reasonably priced.
I wonder if you probably split the profits with them. So I wonder what
I don't know what the whole deal was, but
return would be.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not sure, but
I mean, I don't know if they would be like affiliated in any way with their. I think they're just, hey, we'll build this for you.
I think you would have to be because they would have to run it and to keep up to their standards.
They just talked about
and book it.
Yeah.
I bet.
Oh,
I don't know.
I figured they would literally just build it and say, here you go.
Buy a plot of land, we'll build it
Like right there or just anywhere.
Anywhere.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe they had plots there.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Gotcha. Yeah.
I got you.
I was like, what are you talking about? if I build one in my backyard.
It's like that other one that I stopped in on the back way to in Kodak, the ones I sent the pictures about. They were super cute like that. And I think I did end up showing one of them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the name of that place, but it was pretty cool the way they had all that set up. It's very, like, fantastical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Fantastic.
It is today.
It is. I think it is. Where do you guys go for brunch?
First Watch. You don't like First Watch?
North Shore Brasserie.
Oh, you got to go fancy.
Trying to think what else.
Alcoa has a First Watch now. I saw it the other day. I had no idea it was there. They put a bunch of stuff in over there.
First Watch's food is really good, but I feel like it's kind of overrated.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Isn't brunch overrated in general?
I like ambiance.
Now, when you go for brunch, are you doing breakfast or are you doing like lunch food?
I'm
going breakfast.
Breakfast for me. I think brunch is literally just late breakfast. Like,
I mean, I don't like to have breakfast food for breakfast. I like it for dinner whenever I do have it. So I usually get the lunch food.
I like breakfast food anytime.
Yeah.
I'll eat a steak at 8 a.m.
Oh, no, I'll do a good steak and eggs.
Not steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs. I mean, I'm still pretty salty that we lost pretty much all of our all-day breakfast options because of COVID. Like,
I know.
Like, a lot of restaurants had the all-day breakfast menu, and even if it was limited, you could get breakfast all day. And now,
even McDonald's.
Yeah. That was, the go-to for breakfast and any time during the day. But
a sausage McGriddle at like 8 p.m. Like, get off of a shift at working at a restaurant and get off at like 10 p.m. and get a sausage McGriddle. Yes.
Yeah.
Balter Beer Works also has a pretty good brunch.
Ooh, yeah.
I still have not been there.
They have some of the best fried green tomatoes. They put pimento cheese on top of it, and then it's some kind of jam. I don't think it's a bacon jam, but it's something similar. And oh my gosh, it's so good.
Back in my college days, I worked at a Holiday Inn, and I bartended, and I was always the Saturday day bartender. So I would come in, the brunch would be going on, and I'd be setting up the bar. And, of course, it was around the bar area. They would take the doors down or slide them over, and we were never allowed to eat and stuff like that, but I knew the omelet guy, so he would make me an omelet, and I'd have it behind the bar, eating it up and stuff like that. So, yeah, I always loved the brunch back then. As a starving, poor college person, it was always fun to work the brunch.
Yeah, I think Bonefish. I usually like to go
I've never been
local.
to their brunch.
They have brunch? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. It's really, really good.
Now, are you a mimosa or are you a Bloody Mary drinker?
I always want to like a Bloody Mary, and I do. I like a few sips of it, but as far as like drinking a whole one, it just feels like a lot. It's just so heavy. But mimosas, I like the pineapple juice instead of orange juice.
I'm not a big champagne, so I'll go Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I'm not a Bloody Mary fan. I'm like you. I'm like, I want to like it because I like the flavors involved.
Yeah.
But as a drink, I really don't like it.
Oof. Whenever I was bartending at Outback, I'd make a Bloody Mary, and I'd put in, if somebody wanted it real good and spicy, put in some A1 sauce.
Never heard of that.
I put in A1, horseradish,
I love a lot of horseradish.
a ton of black pepper, a dab of Worcestershire sauce, and then just a splash of pickle juice. That's how you say it.
How do you say it?
That's Worcestershire.
I say
That's how you say
Worcestershire.
it.
Mine's Worcestershire.
I just don't say it.
I just avoid it altogether.
Worcester.
Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how people. I've heard it said so many different ways.
And then you put the little bacon in it and some celery.
I don't like celery.
That's
but
the
I do
only
like some
time that
bacon.
celery's ever appropriate as a Bloody Mary.
Just stir it with it. But
Yeah, I mean they give you celery with hot wings too. It's like a weird
Yeah, and
standard
you throw
side.
it in the garbage. Who eats that?
I like celery.
now, what's a seafood place? They have a good brunch also.
Couldn't tell you.
They have a Peters location. Then they have a downtown location.
Oh, Chesapeake's.
Chesapeake's, yeah, they have a good one.
Yeah. Well, for our things to do segment, I had to elect scrambled eggs because I've only been there once, but man, it was so good. Have you seen their cinnamon rolls?
Mm-mm. My cousin used to work there, but I don't think I've ever actually been.
So the scrambled jakes, they make their own cinnamon rolls, and we'll flash a picture up on the screen. And they
Work for Tyler. Now, I see they have a Knox Lox. Do you like a bagel with cream cheese and with smoked salmon?
oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite foods.
Love them. I do not like when they use
Capers?
Yeah, I'm not a big caper fan, but
I don't know that I've ever actually eaten a caper because I'm always like, it looks like a pea. It looks like a rotten
it's
pea.
basically pickled, and I don't know what exactly.
I like it.
I'll have to look up what capers actually are, but they're pickled. I mean, like I love pickled onions, but I don't like olives, and I don't like capers.
Yeah.
I mean, caper, if it's in something and I don't know it's in there, I probably like it. Same with sardines. I'm not like, ooh, I'm going to eat sardines, but if it's, blended into something, 9 times out of 10, you don't even know it's there. You just get that umami kind of flavor. But yeah, I love a good bagel with a smear and with some salmon on it.
Bagel smeared with sardines.
Yeah, as long as I don't know it's there, I'm okay.
That
See,
sounds
look at how
awful.
big that cinnamon roll is.
Oh, that's huge.
And they make it daily, and they make the orange juice too. I had some of the orange juice. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I need to make some cinnamon rolls with my sourdough discard.
Mm-hmm.
People when I share my bread picture, people keep sending me pictures of what they make with their discard. I'm like, I don't do anything with mine.
Ritz crackers. You should make some crackers.
Well, I did see a recipe, and I was going to share it to the group of somebody made Cheez-Its with their discard. I was like,
Genius.
I could get behind that.
Genius.
I don't know why I'm fat.
Yeah,
That's why I make sourdough one time a week, because if I have it, I'm going to eat it like all week, because once it's gone, it's gone. But
See, if you had chickens, you could just throw the discard to them.
really?
Yeah.
People do that?
Yeah, they do. I mean, you have to dull it down because they can't, deal with carbon dioxide and all that. They don't burp, so yeah. It's like you don't feed the
How do you dull
pigeons rice or whatever.
it? Yeah, I know that one. How do you dull it down?
I don't know. I saw people talking about it on the internet. I don't do it. I don't do sourdough bread stuff, so I just know you can do it.
It's just funny to think what happens if you don't.
Yeah, they probably pop.
So bad.
Popcorn chicken.
Yeah, it's not the right kind of popcorn
They
chicken.
make some good chicken too. Put it on the smoker.
Todd's like, here we go, talking about food again.
Sunday night dinner was great. I had fresh sourdough. I threw some chicken breast and some chicken thighs on the smoker. They were good. And I put some baby potatoes on the smoker. My own brunch. Okay, it was dinner.
Hey y'all, Tyler here with your real estate tip of the day. When you're buying raw land with the intention of building a structure, you will need to have a soil map drawn. This map must be conducted by a county-approved soil scientist, and it's used to evaluate the type of soil, the soil density, possibility of shifting, and potential for water absorption. Builders need this when considering setting the foundation footing, and in some cases there's too much risk for settling or shifting and you can't build on that land. If you don't have access to a sewer, then you'll need a septic tank and the drain field. If the soil map shows a high possibility of absorption, then the soil map will suffice and you won't have to go any further. If not, the soil scientist will need to do a percolation test. Basically, they dig several holes, fill them with water, and measure how fast the ground can absorb that water. The rate of absorption will determine whether or not you can have a septic system, and in some cases, unfortunately, you can't. If that's the case, the land may not work for your needs. If you have any questions about this, or questions about other real estate topics, let us know over at holler@yarpod.com.
Well, we'll flash up the menu for Scrambled Jakes for our Things to Do segment, but
I do like scrambled eggs.
man, and they have a strawberry orange juice. Get out of town. They are popping though. They are so busy.
Yeah, they are.
So
Where did I drive by? I drove by Aretha Franklin's.
Frankenstein's.
Aretha Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Aretha
Yeah.
Frankenstein's, yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Lined out the door.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like, ooh, maybe I'll go. Because one person, usually you can get a seat pretty quick. So, there might be a deuce open up, and I was thinking about going there, but they were lined up out the door, and it was like, it's probably 10:30, 11-ish. And I was like, yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, Saturday you go there, yeah. Saturday and Sunday both, I'd say they're probably slammed.
I was showing right down the road, so I drove by. I was like, oh.
Yeah. We went to Scrambled Jakes on a weekday, and it was still just, we had to wait a few minutes to get a table.
We need to pick a morning and go to Aretha.
Yeah.
What am I?
Aretha Frankenstein's. Her name is Aretha
I
Franklin.
know, I can't get it through my head.
And it's a play on her name.
It's thick.
It's Frankenstein.
I know. I see the Frankenstein in my head.
It's
but
monster
I
themed,
know.
so,
We need to plan a morning and go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. It's 2
During
blocks down
the
for her.
week, not a Saturday or
I'll
Sunday.
walk
Yeah.
there.
You're not getting me to go do that on a Saturday.
I swear to God, we spun this table.
We did not spin a table.
Oh, speaking of your little chickens, I guess you're economy proof on these egg prices.
Yeah, if they would actually lay, I get like 1 a day if I'm lucky now, but I've only got 2 hens now, so
That should be plenty
hit or miss.
in a week.
Yeah, but they're old. They don't lay as much as they used to. They're like 5 years old now, and then I let them out.
Fry them up, recycle.
No,
Get some new ones.
no, I don't want new ones. After these are gone, I don't want to deal with it.
No.
They're just, you feed them, and I don't. When I had a bunch of them, there was no way I could eat all those eggs. I don't eat eggs like that. I eat eggs like
Feast or famine.
twice a week, maybe.
Bring them to me.
Yeah, I was going to say, my chicken girl's moving out of,
Yeah.
my egg person's moving out of town. But, they're not bad. What are egg prices now? I think I paid $4 or $5 for a dozen.
Well,
recently.
so if you get like the generic brand, I think it's around $4 or $5. But if you get the like cage-free organic, whatever, it's
nobody
like
needs
$6.
that.
Triple X large.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, they're paying close to $10 for a dozen eggs.
You think for as
No,
many
thanks.
chickens as they have running around wild.
Well, they did
'Cause
have
they
a big
do.
fire,
That's
so
true.
maybe half of them got wiped out. I don't
It was
know.
one town.
I don't know.
But they do have a lot running around the towns and stuff like that. You need some hens instead of roosters.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
It's like going to East Knoxville. Chickens running around everywhere.
I don't know how I feel about any of what you just said.
We have some chickens running around our neighborhood, and some of them have like the little feathers on top, and they look so funny. I'm just like, we live in the middle of the city,
Right.
and we're on top of each other, and I'm trying to come home, and there were chickens over here, there were some ducks over here, and I was like, what is happening?
Welcome to Tennessee, where the city is still country.
I was gonna say, where's the flamingos?
Flamingos,
Flamingos?
peacocks.
Peacocks, that's it. I was thinking,
If you come home and there's flamingos in your yard, please send pictures because that's newsworthy.
peacocks, yeah.
God, peacocks are so loud.
Peacocks are loud, and so are, what's the other one? There's another kind of like farm bird.
Emus?
No, that's freaking. I had a friend in Eastern Kentucky moved into an area, country, and first night he was there, heard some crazy sound. Next door neighbor or someone like a yard down had ostriches.
Oh,
And they were
yikes.
mean,
Oh, yeah.
and they made a loud screeching, like didn't know what it was for like a week. But I love watching the what's the Useless Farm, the girl on TikTok and stuff that has a mean ass emu.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about because she's always like, no,
Yeah,
no.
black, and it's got the beady eyes and like gets up in her face.
Hearing Todd say that he likes to watch something on TikTok just felt a little weird.
That's TikTok, Instagram, wherever it is.
Probably
He watches
both.
the TikTok videos on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. I wait for it to cycle until it gets to Facebook, and then I'm usually like 2 or 3 months
My
behind.
algorithm was all messed up. I was sharing stuff with Gary one day, and it was just like totally. The rest of the day, it was just weird stuff because I went down this rabbit hole, and then like you can really mess up your algorithms.
Yeah. Yeah, I could imagine if you were sending things that were anywhere close to something Gary would like.
It was all twisted, bent. Anyhow, brunch.
So brunch actually originated, it was back in the 1800s.
I believe.
And it was actually supposed to be like a cure for hangovers. So the church had a lot of opposition to brunch in general. But I like how the cure for a hangover is also drinking more alcohol. Day drinking champagne is probably the biggest recipe for a hangover.
Hair of the beast.
But so what do you think about the fact that they eat baked beans for breakfast in the UK?
That's just weird.
Yeah, I can't get around the whole. What do they call it?
Beans and toast?
Yeah,
I don't understand why that's a breakfast food.
beans and sausage. I can't remember what they call it. Yeah, I don't know how. You think we would have got more of that? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. With us, being colonized and stuff originally from there and stuff like that. So,
Well,
yeah, I know. I just can't. Are they baked beans? Or are they? I
they're
don't know.
baked beans. They're baked beans, and I think they eat them on toast most of the time.
Yeah, beans on toast, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Beans on toast.
Why is that a breakfast thing? I just don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, their breakfasts are freaking hardcore. I mean, like, talk about fat, like their sausages and stuff like that. Or, bacon's one thing, but, I like mine well done. So it's a lot of that fat is rendered out of it.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. It's funny, though, when you watch other countries, and I've seen it so many times, and it's like an American breakfast, and it's like a big plate with sausage and eggs and
They
bacon,
love
all
our-
the stuff, and then it's like, okay, and you put a couple of handguns up on the table, and that's your American breakfast.
They love our biscuits and gravy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah.
I had biscuits and gravy when we went to Vermont, and Brett was not a fan, but it almost tasted like turkey gravy or something, and it was not.
Do you think they use turkey sausage?
Possibly. It was kind of a little bit of a hipster place that we went to anyway. And so, of course, they don't have sweet tea. And
For breakfast?
yeah.
Why would you not have sweet tea for breakfast? Sweet tea for every meal is how things are done around here.
Probably having coffee or maybe milk and maybe orange juice.
Nah. But they had like flavored soda water, and then the gravy just wasn't as like milky as our gravy is. It was almost like it was made with water.
Did you ever have red eye gravy?
No.
They make it with coffee.
What?
What? Red eye gravy. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look at that
Look
one.
it up.
I can't look it up. My phone is not with me.
It's your own fault.
It is not my own fault.
Yeah, we'll have to. I have to check out a recipe.
Yeah, red
on
eye
that.
gravy's been around forever.
That's different.
Now I have to look it up. What is red eye gravy?
Now, I grew up, when we did biscuits, ours were Bisquick. And they were, they weren't like shaped and formed, and they were just dropped and then baked. They weren't, rolled and stuff like that.
That's what that one was whenever we had that.
So, I mean, it was just an easier way to do it,
Yeah.
Now, if grandma or my great aunt would make them, they would make rolled out biscuits, all the layers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I always thought it was fun watching them make it too, because they just like dump the flour straight on the counter and just go at it on the counter.
Well, if you would ask them the recipe, they couldn't tell you the recipe. It was just like little this,
Yeah.
And you would ask them, and especially as a teenager or a kid, how much, and like, oh, you just know. And I'm like,
no,
you're 85 years old. Yeah, but I don't know what a pinch is and a little this and a little, because I had a great aunt that was a bread maker, and it'd be like here, and but
they're just
no recipe.
That reminds me of that. What is it, 1,000-Pound Sisters? And she's like, it's like my grandma just cooks through me, and she's just grabbing everything out of just throwing all kinds of, and it's the most disgusting sounding whatever she was cooking, and her sister's over there looking at her like she's about to kill us. I don't know. She's grabbing ranch powder and garlic and just all of this random stuff, and
I loved watching them go to the grocery store. They got like 10 pounds of of ground beef, and then they got like all these different pies, and they got 12 packs of sodies, they called them.
Sodies. Yeah.
Now, do you like your bacon well done? Do you like it?
I like mine somewhere in the middle, like not really chewy, but with like crispy edges.
Like if you're going to hold it out, does it flop over?
No, I mean a little bit, not like completely.
Yeah. I like some floppy bacon.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather it still be pretty soft, like maybe, like I said, crunchy edges maybe, where it's a little bit.
You guys are psychos.
It's like medium done, yeah. Medium bacon.
Yeah.
Well done here.
No.
Well done.
Barely cooked.
Almost burnt.
Just eat it raw.
It can be burnt.
My great-grandfather would make the big, thick bacon, and then he would make it well done. I really liked that. That was
I
good.
like it well done.
The
Now, are
thick
you a bacon or a
maybe.
sausage?
Sausage.
Really?
And we're a house divided. Brett is
Link?
bacon all day.
Are you Link or are you Patty?
Patty.
Oh,
See,
no, Patty.
I like Link if I get
That's like eating a hot dog.
It's really rare that you get link sausages. Like if you go somewhere to get breakfast, like how often is that an option?
Yeah, because it's not any good.
A lot of times it is.
I mean, maybe if you go somewhere like IHOP or like your continental breakfast at the hotel, they'll have it, and maybe Shoney's.
I love a good cheap-ass continental breakfast at a bad hotel.
I know.
Oh,
if you
gosh.
go to, we are not made for like I don't even think once you get above a 3-star hotel, we're too trashy for that. Because I think we stayed at a 4-star hotel, and we called and we were just like, yeah, so what time's breakfast or something? And they go, we don't have free breakfast, you white trash. Like,
Yeah,
she didn't
like-
say it, but her face said it. And I was like, okay, so I guess we'll pay for breakfast from Starbucks.
Yeah.
I like the way you make your own waffle kind of place where it's all
Yeah.
self-service.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and when we were in Texas at the one we stayed at, I completely misinterpreted because it said breakfast was provided, but breakfast was available. You could buy breakfast. It wasn't given. And so we went they had like a bar and restaurant together, and so you'd have to go over there. So, I mean, it was really good, but, I mean, you had to pay like $3 for coffee, and it was funny because it was like, if you get this coffee, it's $3, but if you get the regular coffee, it's free with your meal or whatever. And I got the $3 cup, and the difference was they served it in a different cup. I watched him go and get a mug and give a guy coffee out of the container and then go and hand it to him, and then he went to get my coffee, got it out of the same container, served it in the mug with a little, tiny glass pitcher with milk or cream or whatever in it. And I'm like, this is $3 on the menu, and you literally got the same coffee. I was expecting like espresso or something in a small. What are we doing? Yeah. And
Was it like a to-go cup versus a mug, or?
it was a mug versus like what you would think a latte would be in, which would be like a small latte kind of. And I'm like, what? Why is this
Ripped
$3
off.
when it's the same exact coffee?
They're working on their profit margins.
At least
Yep.
go to the back.
Right,
and
I was
get
going to
it.
say.
Like,
Put it in a
These are
different coffee pot or
hand-picked
something.
beans.
yeah.
I like my free gray eggs.
I can't tell
If you're gonna trick me,
good coffee from bad coffee. I mean, I really can't.
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna trick me, do it the right way and go to the back so that I didn't see you get it from
Exactly.
And laugh the whole way.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. I ended up not having to pay for it because I was like, I watched you get it, and he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. He's like, it's not really $3. I'm like,
It would have been 3 if you didn't say anything.
yeah.
Well, at least it wasn't just like the little packages of cereal that open up and you make your own
Yeah. Well,
bowl out of the package.
and they had they have that little, I don't know, it's almost like an express market or whatever. You grab whatever and you go to the counter and
Rings it up.
the person who checks you in will ring it up for you. And they had like little pre-made old fashions in a jar thing, and it was like $15 for that thing. And she was like, you don't need that because they're on sale at the bar. You can get an old fashioned for like $4 right now. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna go put this back. Thank you for letting me know.
So someone else can do all the work rather than you doing it.
Yeah, don't let your manager hear you lose $10. But
I need to hit up the Holiday Inn Express one morning and just go through their buffet before work.
There was a comedian that was talking about how he would save the key card from the different hotels that he went to.
No one ever checks.
No,
I mean,
they really
literally,
don't. They really don't. So that he would just go in, and maybe if he was staying in a hotel that didn't have free breakfast, or
He'd go
if he
next
was
door.
just in town.
and if they're gonna check and you get caught, you can say, "Oh man, I left it in the room. I'll have to come back," and then just don't come back.
Yeah, room 403. Go check it.
Like
We only have 3 floors.
That would be me. That would be me.
we're giving bad advice to our listeners for free breakfast.
It's right down the road. It'd be
This is how you save $5.23.
like, weren't you? Just...
Okay, before we go, our obscure Tennessee laws segment. So,
Brunches are illegal.
Todd's he's not making it over here. He's
Got a
cough.
frog in my throat.
you can't sell bacon on Sundays in some dry counties, and this applies to both Tennessee and Kentucky. Grocery stores aren't allowed to sell prepared foods on Sundays, even including bacon, and it has to be provided by a licensed restaurant to sell on Sundays in dry counties. Some dry counties.
That's really weird, and I don't know that anybody follows that rule.
Could you imagine?
What is I want to know what the rationale behind that would be from the beginning.
It's got to be a religious thing,
So that people can't come in and get hangover food?
I guess.
I mean,
I don't know.
but I can get sausages.
Anything weird like that where anything alcohol or pork is involved, it's got to be a religious thing.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah. Although it's any prepared foods.
Yeah, but it's in the South. It's
Yeah, I don't
not
know.
like it's.
Yeah,
They want you to go to church instead of getting breakfast from
Yeah.
the grocery store.
Yeah.
Because most restaurants probably don't open until like 11 or 12.
If it's a dry county, it's because the county is entirely Baptist. And if they're Baptist in the entire county, then you're going to be at church on Sunday and they're not giving you anything else to do. So, yeah, that makes sense.
But you have breakfast before church. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't have the
I'd
answer.
like to think about the rationale.
I have no answers.
Weird Tennessee laws.
Now I'm
Yeah.
hungry.
Todd, all I can say is go pray about it. Todd's like,
You're welcome.
When lightning strikes Tyler. I think that's going to be a perfect edit. Can you add in a lightning bolt?
I could, but will I?
I'll get a hold of it and I will.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We also have some bonus real estate episodes under our real estate playlist on YouTube, and they're anywhere else that you listen, just not necessarily under a specific playlist. But go check those out. We've got a buyer series coming out. So, yeah, tune in, subscribe, send us ideas for more real estate episodes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you or someone you know is thinking about buying or selling real estate in East Tennessee, email us at holler@yarpod.com. You can also reach Brittany Hawkins at 423-270-9572, Todd Huber at 865-456-0101, Tyler Letner at 865-816-0076, and Nick Cantey at 865-250-5167. Our office at Wallace Real Estate can be reached at 865-584-4000. Make sure to ask for YARPod. See y'all next week.